Hi, friends. Hope you're all doing well. Happy midweek. Just waiting for a really special guest today. We're going to have a quick chat about our business. Just let's give everyone a couple of minutes to join.
Hi, Sanaj.
Hi,
Hello.
Mariam John. How are
Good,
you?
thanks. How are you?
Good. It's great to see you.
Same here. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for coming.
Thank
Guys,
you.
I've got Mariam here from LA,
Yes.
and we're going to have a bit of a chat about our digital business. Mariam, just for people who are on my page, do you want to give a quick intro? It would be good for people to know what
Okay.
your background is and just a little bit about yourself and where you live and what
Okay,
you
thank
do.
you. Yeah, I will. Okay, have a background 25 to almost 27 years in the corporate world, in corporate America. I've worked in the field of IT and finance. And I worked for large organizations for all my career, and all of a sudden I changed complete directions into this business. So, but I had a 9 to 5 job for, as I said, 20, maybe 7 years. Worked the real corporate life, and I loved it at the time. But I think now I'm more leaned towards this business, and this really sits well with me. The concept, the model, everything I really like.
That's
Uh,
excellent. What's it like over there in LA in the corporate world? Is it like a tough industry to, sort of within your own field to climb the ladder and to reach your
It
goals
really
there? And
is. It really
does it take
is.
a long
It
time
takes
and a
a
lot of
long
effort?
time and it takes a lot of dedication. It takes immense amount of hours and dedication to do so. And it's not for everyone. Honestly, people get burnt out a lot sooner than I did. But you have to play the corporate politics. You have to work hard. You have to be on top of it, and it's just not an easy climb.
No.
But no, but it's doable. It's possible. I did it for 20 plus some years, and I did go up the ladder many layers. And I liked it at the time, but I wish I knew this business when my kids were much younger,
Yeah.
because I could have spent more time with them, whereas I was at work 24/7, so it
It's
was,
important for a lot of parents to hear this because how old are your kids
so
now?
they're older. They're in their late 20s.
Late 20s. See,
Yes,
mine are, it's the same thing. A lot of people, they spend many years climbing the corporate ladder, and it's great, and like it's got its value for you, like you
yes,
want to, it's your achievements. It's kind of like for myself as well. When I came out of the corporate world, it was kind of like, oh, where's my identity?
yes,
It's kind of like you
yeah,
associate your identity with
exactly.
where you are in that ladder and what you're doing, but then there's a whole other side of the spectrum where there's a world out there where digitally you can just sort of ditch that whole
Exactly.
scene and digitally sit at home without the anxiety, without the stress and all the things that come with it
Right.
and earn far beyond. And I mean, a lot of corporate, salaries are incredible, and that's where the
Exactly.
ladder climbing
Right.
comes in. But then all those years it takes you to climb that ladder and
Yes.
then you come to the online business world and you earn equivalent to that or above within a short amount of time, it kind of puts things into perspective. So
Exactly.
for me, it was
Exactly.
like that because I come from an accounting background. My education is in accounting, but I didn't quite enjoy it. I wanted to get into something that was a bit more, people chatty,
Right.
type thing. So I went into real estate, and so
Yeah.
I've been many years working in the real estate industry as a sales agent, and and for many years I was working for another company until I started working for myself in that field.
Okay.
And it was the same there. Like as an agent, you want to become $1 million agent, you want to
Exactly.
climb that
Right?
ladder,
Yeah.
and then you kind of stop somewhere along the line and you go, at what expense am I doing all this?
Right.
I'm losing my sanity. I have no rest. I have the
Yes.
money to go on holidays, but I don't have the time to go because the
Exactly.
minute I
Yes.
go on holiday, everything falls apart.
Exactly. And
So
honestly,
yeah.
the other thing that made me decide to go this route is the current world we live in. It's all
Mm.
online. It's the whole model has changed. We don't have a 9 to 5 model. That we do, but a lot of um people earn money online, and that's really the trend of the future. The AI business online anywhere from the world, where you can pack up your laptop and go and work from anywhere. And so that really was attractive to me as well. Is like um, I want to be moving and changing my career with the trends, with the way that the world is going.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. A really good point. A really good point because um it's no longer as shiny, that whole scene that we're working and giving hours away to climb that corporate ladder. And now there's a whole other thing where you can live a complete different lifestyle. And and everyone in different journeys of life come into this business. Some like myself, I've got a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, so I wanted to
Oh,
spend more time with them.
yeah,
I'm at the beginning of that journey. And then for yourself,
yeah,
you now your kids have grown up a bit, you want to go travel, you want to go live your
yes,
best life, and this
exactly.
will allow you to do that.
Exactly, exactly. So I'm very happy. But I want to ask you a question. I want to start by asking you a question, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
How did you come across this business and how you started this? And just tell us a little bit about your journey, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's a good question actually, because sometimes people don't know where to kind of start, and there's a lot of people out there looking for online businesses. So, for my journey, when I was pregnant with my first child about 6 years ago, I came to the realization that I can't keep doing this anymore. I
Yeah.
can't just keep working crazy hours. So I started searching online, and the
Hmm.
good thing is when you start searching, whether on Facebook, YouTube,
Yes.
wherever you're looking for it, even on Google, you start searching for online businesses, you start getting a whole heap of things coming up. So I was lucky enough that after quite a while of searching, and it was literally my day and night, like I was just behind a computer. I'm like,
Yeah.
I have to get into this. I need a piece of this, but I don't know how or where to start. So I kept searching and I kept watching webinars, and I explored things like Amazon and, so many
Right.
different avenues of earning digitally. They were not what they were made out to be. They
Yes.
were difficult, they were
Yeah.
time consuming, expensive.
Right.
And then luckily, I saw an ad come up from someone else that's in this business. It was on Facebook, no, sorry, on YouTube for me. And I was just scrolling on
Okay.
YouTube, looking at different videos. An ad came up
Yeah.
that, talked about how you can earn from home. It's a business model that's basically a business in a box.
Yes.
It's a Canadian made business, and it's proven.
Yes.
It's something that's been proven, and hundreds and thousands and thousands of people from around the globe are doing it. That's where I was like, okay, this is a webinar I definitely want to watch. So I clicked on the learn more button, and I got a webinar. At that time it was a 90-minute webinar. Nowadays it's actually 20 minutes,
Yeah.
so it doesn't take, for most people
Right.
it's 20 minutes and
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yes.
take much of your time. So I watched that 90-minute webinar, and then I went into the trial. So, and the rest is history. Every
Yeah.
day I wake up thanking myself for actually clicking that learn
That
more
I
button,
know,
and
right?
for being
Yeah.
lucky enough for that ad to come up for
I
me.
know, I know. And my journey was similar to yours. I got laid off from my last position 2 years ago. And I really did not want to look for another job. I just was like, I knew at that point that I was at my wit's end, and that was really the last corporate job that I wanted to have. And although, you can jump from one position to the other, you have so many connections and network, and you have, enough people, in the industry that if I picked up the phone and I said, so and so, I'm looking, and. I would find something, but I decided I don't want to do that. I just was so tired of doing that. And I had been following, because on and off I was searching online for something to do and not to be so dependent on my 9 to 5 job. And then, so I was watching one of our coaches' videos for 2 years almost. I was just like seeing her reels, seeing her stories. I was kind of like understanding what it is, and until I clicked the button that like soon after I got laid off, I'm like, I'm gonna try this. I'm now gonna try this because
Good.
it's always been there, but I never had the time or I never paid enough attention to it. But now I really want to see what it is. And just like you, I had tried other businesses as well. Like 2 years before I got laid off, I started another business online, and that was not what was promised. It was very challenging. It was very difficult to take to get it off the ground, and you needed a lot of knowledge, technology knowledge, with that other business that I started.
Mhm.
And soon I just wrapped that one up, and I said that's just not going to work. And this one, although I have a technology background, but I did system implementations and I did something completely different in the field of technology. Nothing like online business, nothing like social media. This is all the stuff I learned as I joined the program with their fantastic training program. It's phenomenal how every step of the way we have training lessons, we have videos, we have audios, and then we have coaches and mentors. Like, you're not left alone. You are part of a large community that you learn, and you learn constantly, and you can ask questions, and you can go about learning. It's just, it never ends. And if you have a question, you can always reach out to your mentor and a coach and whoever, and your colleagues like yourself. You and I can, bounce off questions off of each other and
Yeah.
get answers. So it's just a fantastic network that I loved joining, and I'm so happy I found it. And again, you learn like anybody else. You don't have to have any particular background necessarily, just the drive and the mindset and eagerness to learn, you'll be successful.
That's it. Yeah. And
Yeah.
and this was the actually there's so many point of difference between this business and the others, but the what you said about the training and the community is just phenomenal, because when I was going towards Amazon and all that, you were so isolated and
Yeah.
everyone's just like out to fend for themselves. This
Yes.
business is so not like that. Like
Not at all.
everyone's working together,
Yes.
helping each other, and
Yes.
the mindset is a mindset of abundance rather than mindset of scarcity,
Exactly.
where everyone's like, oh,
Exactly.
I could keep it for
Yeah.
myself. No,
No.
everyone shares their knowledge. The smallest thing you learn, you come and tell your community about it. And
Exactly.
the sense of community is not what I was in search of. I was purely looking to become an online,
Exactly.
digital business
Right.
owner.
Me too, honestly. I did
It
not
was the
expect
icing
this
on the
much.
cake.
No, it is just so much camaraderie.
Yeah.
There is so much unity. It's just unbelievable. I think it comes up from the very top. Everybody shares and shares, all the way trickles down to everyone. It's just like there is nothing to hide here in this business. Everything
No.
is, yeah, very transparent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And exactly as Mariam just said, like anybody can join this business. 18 and above, you can join this business
Yes.
any age. We've got all ages, all backgrounds. I'm a real estate agent,
Yeah.
and I'm in this business. And when I joined, honestly, I had no idea how it worked. Literally no idea, zilch. Like as
Neither did
agents,
I. Yeah.
we're actually pretty bad with paperwork. We're pretty bad with the back end of stuff. We just like to go out there and negotiate and
Sell.
sell a house. That's all we
Yeah.
want to do. And then you come to the office, generally you give your paperwork to, admin to sort out. And then all my ads, all my social media ads were done through head office when I was working for other offices at that time. It was always given to head office and they dealt with it. They had access to my Facebook. They would run my ads for me. And in my head, I used to think, oh, that's so clever. Like I would never know what to do.
Exactly.
That stuff was like
Exactly.
beyond
Right.
me. It goes over
Yeah.
my head. And when I came into this business, the training was so
I
amazing.
know it
Like
is.
everything is short video based and it just
Exactly.
shows you exactly what you
Yeah.
have to do. And when
Yes.
I did it, it was like this like light
I
bulb just
know.
went, oh,
Right?
it's that
Yeah,
easy? Is
exactly.
that what
Yeah.
it was?
And it's also very nicely organized, the training.
Yeah.
You have sections of, this social media platform. You have training of the other social media platform. So it's like you have a question regarding one platform, you can directly go to that section in the training. So it's really nicely done. I'm very happy about the training and what it teaches us.
Yeah, and the one other thing, and I don't want to make our life too long. I know I love to chat about this business for hours on end, so I could have a 5 hour long live, but I want to try to keep it short. But one thing I do want to say, the other thing that really impressed me, again, um, income, uncapped, all that aside, which is incredible. The other thing that really surprised me and impressed me about this business, and it really made me feel home with it, was when I started going to the events. So we've actually got community events, so big
Yes,
conventions in different
right,
cities, and because it's a global
exactly.
business, you know, one time it's in Japan, one time it's in
Right.
California. We've got one coming up in
Are you
California
coming?
in June. I was nearly coming, except then another one came up in Melbourne that I'm
Oh,
going to that. And then, yeah, so unfortunately not. I was really looking forward to that, but I'm definitely coming to the next one that's going to be there.
okay, yes.
And yeah, and so there's all this stuff. And the very first event I went to, I remember I was so overwhelmed. I was nearly in tears, like just the sheer volume
I
of
know,
all these like-minded
right?
people, you know, all
Yes,
gathered
I know.
together.
Yes,
You know, we're learning from each other. We're learning from
exactly.
speakers on the stage. We're, you know, just
And
really throwing ideas around together. I just loved it. Just
and
loved it.
all successful, right? I mean, there's just most
Yeah.
everyone is successful in this
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
It's
So in
it's
this business, it's like success is
yes,
guaranteed. It just comes down to the timing
exactly.
as to when each person reaches their different
Exactly.
milestones. But
Yes.
pretty much everyone wins in this business because the business model is so clever. It's
Exactly,
so clever.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. My a mentor tells me that it's not a matter of if, it's matter of when. It's gonna
Absolutely.
happen. It's not if it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when, and that's timing and the amount of effort you put in it, actually. So, you know, it's
Yeah.
that. But it's just everybody is successful, so it's really nice.
So I know there's a lot of people out there looking for how they can earn online, and it's there's so many things around. Definitely check this out because everything's set out for you. It's
Yes,
everything, the whole business model, like you guided through to your success. So you don't have to go pave the way. Like you can just follow the path that everybody else has followed and reach their success with coach and mentor
exactly.
and training site and all the community support you got. So if you haven't checked it out, head to either one of our websites and pop your name and email to receive your
Exactly.
free webinar.
Yes.
Check out the webinar, see how it sits with you. If you have a good feeling about it, go to the next level. You can come into a trial and actually come and check everything else, the whole business model closely, and
Yes.
decide if it's for you or not.
Exactly. I would really highly recommend you guys don't miss out on this opportunity. Check it out for yourselves. Sign up, drop your email for either one of us, and then you can listen to the free webinar. That's all it takes, 20 minutes of your time, and then you can decide the rest. It's
Yeah,
here, we're not here to pressure anyone. We're just here to tell you that how wonderful of a business it is, and you can decide for yourselves.
absolutely. Check it out.
And
And if you have any questions, by all means, reach out to us and ask your questions. We'll be more than happy to answer it.
exactly.
Thanks,
Thank
Mariamjun. It
you.
was so
Thank
great
you.
having a chat with
Same
you
here.
today.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
and we'll talk
joining,
soon.
and
Thank you.
until
Take
next
care.
time.
Yes, thank
Cheers.
you. Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye.